Welcome to the Instant Trivia Podcast, episode 1933, where we ask the best trivia on the internet. Let's get started. Which influential filmmaker, known for his distinctive storytelling, was in a long-term relationship with actress Mia Farrow from the early 1980s until the early 1990s? Woody Allen. Which American athlete, famed for her extraordinary versatility, won 2 gold medals in track and field at the 1932 Olympics and later became a professional golfer? Babe Didrikson Zaharias? Which city fell to North Vietnamese forces in April 1975, marking the end of the Vietnam War? Answer: Saigon, now Ho Chi Minh City. What common farm building completes the phrase, "couldn't hit the broadside of Gore," to describe a lack of accuracy? A barn. What tragic act did both Jan Zajic and Thich Quang Duc carry out as a form of protest? Self-immolation. They set themselves on fire. Cotopaxi in Ecuador and Paricutin in Mexico are examples of what type of landform? Volcanoes. Which flamboyant entertainer, famous for extravagant performances and his signature candelabra, became a cultural icon in the mid-20th century? Liberace. What kind of animal was given the scientific name Heteropoda David Bowie? A spider, a huntsman spider. Which popular television series featured Terry Hatcher as a central character living in a suburban neighborhood filled with secrets and drama? Desperate Housewives. Which composer's Eighth Symphony, left incomplete, is famously known as the Unfinished? Franz Schubert. What type of embroidery involves stitching yarn through a stiff, open-weave canvas to create a design, often following a grid pattern? Needlepoint. In which country is Shakespeare's play A Midsummer Night's Dream set? Answer: Greece. In polo, what is a period of play called? Answer: Chukka, also spelled chukker. The Saudi Arabian port of Jeddah stands on the shore of which sea? Red Sea. Who commanded the combined French and Spanish fleet at the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805? Admiral Pierre-Charles Villeneuve. Which part of a chili pepper is actually the hottest? The seeds, the white pith, placenta, or the flesh? The white pith, placenta, where capsaicin is concentrated, not the seeds. Which iconic puzzle game, originally designed in the Soviet Union, features falling blocks that players must arrange to clear lines? Tetris. Which biblical figure was known for playing the harp and later became King of Israel? David. Which egg-laying mammal native to Australia has a bill resembling a duck's? Platypus, duck-billed platypus. What was the real name of the man commonly known as the Elephant Man? Joseph Merrick. Which U.S. president, in office from 1901 to 1909, was known for his progressive policies and for initiating construction of the Panama Canal. Theodore Roosevelt. By what stage name is entertainer Graham Walker better known? Graham Norton. What organ is surgically removed during a cholecystectomy? The gallbladder. Which vitamin, commonly found in colorful fruits and vegetables, is essential for maintaining healthy vision? Vitamin A. In Dante's Purgatorio, which sin is punished by souls being forced to carry heavy stones on their backs, bending them as they walk? Pride. When milk sours, which acid is produced? Lactic acid. Which famous Australian soprano was married to conductor Richard Bonynge? Joan Sutherland. Which U.S. state uses telephone area code 605? South Dakota. Name one of the two colors on the national flag of North Macedonia. Red or yellow? Which country beat England 1-0 in the FIFA World Cup match played on June 29, 1950? United States. Which British pop group took their name from the approximate volume of a typical male ejaculation, roughly 10 cubic centimeters? 10 cubic centimeters. Which company produced the syndicated series The Mouse Factory? Walt Disney Productions. What is the term for the fractional part of a logarithm, the part after the decimal point? Mantissa. What is the Latin Olympic motto often translated as faster, higher, stronger? Sidious Altius Fortius. The Galapagos Islands belong to which South American country? Ecuador. Who designed the original Volkswagen Beetle? Ferdinand Porsche. Which national capital is the northernmost in Europe by latitude? Answer: Reykjavik, Iceland. The original Monopoly board used street names from which U.S. city? Atlantic City, New Jersey. Which character, played by Vince Edwards, was the lead of a groundbreaking 1960s medical drama? Ben Casey. For which film did Mahershala Ali win the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor in 2017? Moonlight. Which explorer did Henry M. Stanley famously find in the African wilderness? Dr. David Livingstone. In the 1969 film The Italian Job, what make and model of cars were used for the famous getaway scenes? Answer: Mini Coopers, specifically Mini Cooper S models. In which 1868 novel do a group of sisters befriend Laurie, the grandson of the wealthy gentleman next door? Little Women. Which Russian playwright wrote the play The Cherry Orchard, which features the character Lopakin? Answer: Anton Chekhov. In Hinduism, Which deity is known as the preserver of the universe and is often depicted with a blue complexion? Vishnu. Which Hall of Fame second baseman, famed for his defense and for helping the Toronto Blue Jays win back-to-back World Series in 1992 and 1993, is widely regarded as one of the greatest at his position? Roberto Alomar. What library in Washington, D.C., known for its extensive collection of Shakespearean works, features a celebrated garden and an on-site theater? The Folger Shakespeare Library. What flying mammal is known for its nocturnal habits and echolocation abilities? Bat. Which renowned soprano made her professional opera debut in 1941 with the Greek National Opera, launching a legendary career? Maria Callas. Which iconic British rock band, known for blending different musical styles, recorded the hit song Somebody to Love? Queen. That's the end of the show. Thanks for listening. Come back tomorrow for more exciting trivia.